this is Chad here from Rivers Arc Exotics. Today we're going to be doing the first video that I've done in a while that is a longer video. I bought two mature male Aphonopelma chalcodes, and one thing you'll notice about these two Arizona blonde tarantulas is that the males are sexually dimorphic from the females. Whereas the females will have the bright blonde on their legs, the males actually, their legs turn pretty much completely black or a dark brown color when they mature out. I'll just be setting these guys up in a simple, cheap enclosure. I just wanted to show people that in order to get into this hobby, you don't have to spend $200-300. You can find stuff for relatively cheap at your local retail store, as long as you're willing to do a little work and put some DIY into it. Other than that, let's have some fun. Okay, take two. So here we are, just doing some relatively cheap enclosures for two mature male Arizona blondes that I got from a shop called Beasties here in Pueblo, Colorado. I really like Beasties. They help me out with a lot of my needs, and they seem like pretty good dudes. Really all I'm trying to do here is showing that you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars to get into this hobby. It's a relatively easy hobby. These tarantulas didn't cost me very much. Between the enclosure, the substrate, the hides, and all of that, including the tarantula, I might have spent 70 bucks, maybe. As long as you're willing to look around and do a little bit of do-it-yourself stuff, it's a pretty fun hobby to get into. Tarantulas are about the easiest pet that I have ever owned. I don't remember how much substrate I used in there exactly. It was maybe 9 or 10 plastic cups of it. If you hear other noises, it's because I'm doing this voice recording outside. Yeah, so I have about 20 tarantulas in my collection, and I really try to stay with the more beginner species right now. I do plan on getting some other ones that are a little bit more advanced pretty soon, hopefully. But in my opinion, the best beginner species are Grammostola, Aphonopelma, Brachypelma, and Avicularia, for the genre in that order. I find that Aphonopelma tend to have a little bit of an attitude sometimes, but they're a good beginner tarantula because a lot of times they're easy to deal with. They're really hardy tarantulas. They can go for months as long as you give them water without eating. Grammostola are about the same, but their temperament tends to be a little bit better, I think. And here we go with the water dish. I tend to not put water dishes in with my smaller tarantulas, but the larger ones I always do. It just makes it a little easier for me. And I always try to put like a fake plant or something in there as well, because I find that it adds a little bit of color to it. Most of my tarantulas are what people would call your boring browns. They're not boring to me. I love them all. They're all God's creatures, just like I am. And of course, I always put a hide in there too. They got to have somewhere to hide, and if you can have multiple places for them to hide, that's even better. I'm just setting this up for this guy right here. He's a mature male. He's a little bit smaller than the other one, but he's still hooked out. Still deserves to have a good life though. And I get him. He's pretty good. You can see here, once he gets he's resistant at first, but once he gets his feet on something solid on the other side of it, he just goes right off of it. That's kind of how they work. I love those bendy straws too, because they're easy. They're easy to deal with, and if I need to hook around to the back side of the tarantula, and gives me a different angle to do it. And here is where I started the second one. I actually forgot and left the video on pause for a minute until I started filling it up with dirt. And it's pretty much the same process. I skip over a little bit of it. And yoink, there's all the stuff except the hide. And I really like cork bark for hides too. It doesn't really mold. It's not hard to find, and it's not usually too expensive if you can find a good place to get it. But I really just wanted to show people that this is an easy hobby to get into. You know, you don't have to spend a fortune to do this and have beautiful tarantulas. If you find a reputable breeder, that's it. Some of my favorites are microwilderness.com, Fear Not Tarantulas, and I like Josh's frogs as well. There's your plug, guys. Hope you guys are having a good one. And this guy is a little bit more active. I don't remember what I was doing here. I was probably trying to get the lid off of that container. Some of them are a little finicky. And here we go. This guy's a little bit bigger. I'd say he's about 5 inches or so, 5.5 inches. But you can see the same thing happens. He's a little resistant at first, but as soon as he gets his foot on something solid outside of that container, he's gone. And he almost got out, actually. You can see him. He darts over to the corner. Got to be quicker than that. But there you go, guys. That's pretty much how it goes. I really enjoy this hobby, and thank you very much for watching my video. You know the drill. I really like take some time and enjoy it and check out all my other stuff. Thanks very much. And there you have it. That is the simplest rehousing I've done in a while. The second one was just a little bit feisty, but that's a mature male for you. They want to do nothing but wander around and find a female. Some people can probably relate to that. I hope you all have a nice day. This is Rivers Arc Exotics. Remember to like and subscribe and all that jazz and whatever, blah, blah, blah. Have a good day. I love you guys.